Okay, today we are doing a lesson on Surah 98. Surah Al-Bayyinah. It has 8 verses. So it's a small surah, we'll do all of it. Jessica is after it. So I will lead the class. As usual, we'll read the Arabic, we will read the translation, we will read some of the explanation. Okay. At the end of this file, I also sent you guys introduction. Okay. You guys should read the introduction. So I'm going to just read about the name. Okay. Let's start with Abrar.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah. 1 second. I was getting a phone call. Go ahead now.
Name. The surah is so designated after the word occurring at the end of the first verse.
Okay. 1 second.
Al-Bayyinah.
1 second. 1 second. So at the end of the first verse. Okay. So now let's start the surah. Okay. Please read the first verse and then continue reading.
Sure, sir. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لم يكن الذين كفروا. Sorry, sir. Just a minute, please. لم يكن الذين كفروا من أهل الكتاب والمشركين منفكين حتى تأتيهم البينة. Those who disbelieved, be they from the people of the book or from those who associated others with Allah in His divinity, will not desist from unbelief until the clear proof should come to them. Here the word kufr, unbelief, has been used in its widest sense, which includes different forms of the different forms of the unbelieving attitude. For example, some were unbelievers in the sense that they did not acknowledge Allah at all. Some did acknowledge Allah but did not regard Him as the one and only God, but worshipped others as well, thinking they were associates in divine being or divine attributes and powers in one way or the other. Some acknowledged oneness of God but committed some kind of shirk as well. Some acknowledged God but did not acknowledge His prophets and the guidance brought by them. Some acknowledged one particular prophet and did not acknowledge another. Others rejected the hereafter.
Thank you. A few questions for you, Abrar. What is this? I'm going to put a box. What is this sign?
Dash, sir.
Yeah, very good. So try to respond in English. So what is this sign?
Sir, this sign indicates dash.
Okay. It indicates a dash or is called a dash. Okay. So then one more. What is this here?
So it's semicolon.
Very good. Semicolon. Okay. So I put how many? I put a few numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So we use semicolon for separations. So we here we said for example, and then there are 6 examples. It's a very long sentence, but you can do the separations as semicolons. You can just read that part, understand. Read the next part, understand. Okay. So if my video is off, just let me know. So just the semicolon is a separation. So just read that part, then the next part, then the next part. If I try to read this long paragraph, this long sentence, I will be lost. So what Abrar just read, so he read only 2 sentences, but the second sentence here starts from here and goes all the way here. To understand this, you have to know the punctuation mark. कि जी यहाँ पे एक punctuation mark है, उसके बाद यहाँ पे एक punctuation mark है, यहाँ पे एक punctuation mark है. Okay, so it's a list of examples, and each example is separated by a semicolon. Abrar, you did a very good job. I don't think there's any word that we need to repeat. But these are, so what does the word kufr mean? What's the word in English for word kufr?
Sir, kufr in English, disbelievers.
Right here, actually.
Sir, unbelief.
Okay. So a lot of times in English, we will use parentheses to explain something quickly. So in this verse, there are a few ways to explain things. There's a dash. Those who disbelieved dash. Okay. So dash से लेकर अगली dash तक. Okay. This is just an explanation of the word disbelieved. Okay. The next way to do it is a quick explanation with the parentheses. And then the third one is comma, and use of comma and semicolon. Okay. Next. Sania.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In short, there were kufr in which the people were involved, and the statement, the disbelievers from among the people of the book and those who associate, does not mean that some of them were not involved in kufr, but that those who were involved in kufr were of 2 kinds: the followers of the book and the mushriks. Here, min among has not been used for division but for explanation. As for example, in Surah Al-Hajj, ayat 30, where it has been said, "Fajtanibur ridsa min al-awthan," which means,
1 second.
therefore.
Okay. Right here, this is the, I clicked on the link, and this is what you got here. Your Arabic. So you can see right here. Pakistani
Yes,
Ritza, Can you read this? Shazia, go ahead.
فاجتنبوا الرجس من الأوثان.
Okay, very good. Okay, Mina Ausani. You said sa. So when you read the. Okay, yep. Okay, so let's, Shazia, please continue this and finish this reading.
Okay, sir. Which means, therefore, guard yourselves against the filth of idols, and not guard yourselves against the filth which is in the idols. Likewise, الذين كفروا من أهل الكتاب والمشركين means the disbelievers from among the followers of the book and the mushriks, and not those who have disbelieved. Um, can I continue, sir?
No, let's stop here. Quick question. So when you guys read this,
Okay, sir.
second, in short, then, so you both did very good job. So I'm going to ask a few questions. Okay, so we say here, those who were involved in kufr were of two kinds. Okay. Number one is this kind, and the number one is this. Number two is this kind. So what are the two distinctions here? Anybody? Oh, no, hold on. Raise your hand.
The followers of book.
Shahzid.
The first one is the followers of the book, and the second one is mushriks.
Yep, perfect. So that's the distinction here. So जैसे ये मैंने सवाल इसलिए पूछा कि हमारी आहिस्ता आहिस्ता अब हम रीडिंग हमारी इंप्रूव होनी शुरू हो गई है, तो हम आहिस्ता आहिस्ता इसको समझें और इसके बारे में बात करें. बात करने के तो हमारी कन्वर्सेशन इंप्रूव होगी. Sani, I think you got disconnected. So let's move on to Muzammil.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Despite the common fact of kufr between them, the two groups have been mentioned by separate names. The followers of the book imply the people who possessed any of the revealed books, even if in corrupted form sent to the former prophets, and they believed in it. And the mushriks, idolaters.
Muzammil, hold on. What is this here? You should take a pause at this. What is this punctuation mark?
Stop.
Okay, continue.
And the mushriks, idolaters, imply the people who did not follow any prophet nor believe in any book. Although in the Quran, the shirk, polytheism, idolatry of the people of the book has been mentioned at many places. About the Christians, it has been said, they say God is God is one God is one of the three. Surah Al-Ma'idah ayat 73. The Messiah is son of God. Surah At-Tawbah ayat 13. The Messiah son of Mary is God. Surah Al-Ma'idah ayat 17. And about the Jews it has been said, they say, Israel is son of God. Surah At-Tawbah ayat 30. Yet nowhere in the Quran has the term mushrik been used for them, but they have been mentioned as Alladina al-Kitaba, those who were given the book, or by the words Jews and Christians. For they believed in the principle of Tawhid, oneness
Tawheed.
of God. Tawhid, Tawhid, oneness of God, as the true religion, and then committed shirk.
Okay, so let's stop here. Very good. Good job. There's only one mistake. Let's see. How do we say, Shazia, how do we say this word, the underlined word?
Masiha.
We say Masiha in Urdu. Anybody? How do we say the word in English? Khadija.
Sir, Masih.
No, we say that in Urdu again. आपके सामने जो इंग्लिश में लफ्ज लिखा हुआ है, इसको आप कैसे बोलते हैं?
Messiah.
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 Okay, Messiah. For example, in Pakistan, and the Christian community uses the name Masih a lot of times in their name to indicate their faith. So, anyways, so there's any Khadija, I have a question for you. I use a blue underline here. So, does the Quran use the term mushrik for Jews or Christians?
No, the Quran does not use the word mushrik for Jews and Christians.
Okay, for Jews or Christians. Very good. Okay. So, and then there is an indication here, revealed books, even in corrupted forms. So, Khadija, I'm going to stay with you. According to the Islamic tradition, what was the book that was revealed for Hazrat Isa, these people?
The book revealed for Hazrat Isa is the Bible.
It's Bible. And what's the word we use in Islamic tradition for Bible?
We use Injil.
Very good. And what's the word we use for Hazrat Isa in English?
We use the word Jesus Christ for Hazrat Isa in English.
Okay. What's the word we use? Jesus. Okay.
Jesus.
And then what's the word for what's the book that was revealed on the Jewish community?
Bible was revealed on Jewish community.
And Bible was revealed in Jewish community, or was it something different?
Jewish community. I was confused. On Jews, Torah was revealed on Jews.
Yeah, yeah. And who is generally the prophet that's considered for the Jewish community?
Hazrat Musa is considered the prophet for Jews.
Okay. He's one of the prophets, right?
Yes, sir.
And what's the word for Hazrat Musa in English?
The word for Hazrat Musa is Moses.
Mm-hmm. And what's the word for Torah in English?
Sir, I don't know.
Okay, here I wrote this one on here. What is it?
Torah.
Torah. Torah.
Oh, okay, Torah.
Okay. Okay, now let's go with next. Shazia.
Okay, sir. Contrary to this, for others than the followers of the book, the word mushrik has been used as a term, for they acknowledge shirk, idolatry, as true religion and disacknowledge tawhid. This distinction between the two groups holds good not only in the use of the term but also in the Sharia injunction.
One second.
Sharia injunction, animal flesh duly slaughtered by the followers of the book has been declared lawful for the Muslim. If they slaughter a lawful animal in the name of Allah in the prescribed way and permission to marry their women has also been given. On the contrary, Neither the animal slaughtered by the mushrik is lawful for the Muslim, nor is marriage with their woman. That is,
Stop
there
here.
was
Stop here. Sorry. Mm. So, as you notice, Muzammil, you said the word Sharia correctly when I wrote it in Urdu. So, just be mindful.
okay, sir.
Okay. Muzammil, a question for you. What's the word for shirk in English?
Sir, I am Shazib.
Oh, sorry, Shazib. Sorry.
Shirk,
Mm-hmm.
I think.
I'll give you a hint.
Idolatry.
Idolatry. Idolatry? I don't. Okay, hold on. No, I have confused myself too. So,
Idolatry, I
idol.
think.
Idol worship. How about that?
Idol. Okay, sir.
Okay. So, जो लफ्ज होता है, what's the word for? What does the word idol mean in Urdu?
Buddh.
Okay. और बुत परस्ती के लिए लफ्ज है ये. अब मैं खुद कंफ्यूज हो गया तो मैं बोलूंगा नहीं ताकि मैं आपकी इंग्लिश भी ना खराब कर दूं. ओके. लेकिन यूजुअली इस तरह की सिचुएशन में मैं बूटी लगा लेता हूँ कि जी मुझे लफ्ज नहीं आ रहा, मैं कहूँगा आइडल वर्शिप. ओके. शाजिया.
सर जैसे हम आइडल बोलेंगे तो सेम आइडोल्ट्री बोलेंगे.
आइडल. ओके. या मेरे मुंह पे नहीं चढ़ रहा है तो इसलिए मैं बोलना नहीं चाह रहा. So कई दफा पता लफ्ज में फंस जाता है. So anyways, okay. So the next word, the word that you confused here was prescribed. Okay.
Yes.
A lawful animal in the name of Allah in the prescribed way. So you did a very good job. So I don't need to read the whole thing. जो word prescribed है, for example, जब आप दवाई लेने जाते हैं डॉक्टर से, तो डॉक्टर आपको क्या देता है? शायद
Medicine.
Mm-mm.
Injection.
No, before that.
Advice.
वो आपको पर्ची लिख के देता है.
Yes, sir.
Right? किसी जाएं जाके आप वो दवाई ले लें. Khadija, tell us, what is that called?
Sir, doctor prescribed us the medicine.
There you go. The doctor. Let's move this a little bit somewhere else. Okay. Okay. जैसे रब ने हमारे लिए एक खास तरीका बताया हुआ है कि जी आपने ये करना है, ये नहीं करना. रब ने भी हमें एक प्रेस्क्रिप्शन दी हुई है. रब ने एक तरीका प्रेस्क्राइब किया है. जिस तरह डॉक्टर आपको एक मेडिसिन प्रेस्क्राइब करता है, okay? आपके इलाज के लिए, बीमारी के लिए. इसी तरह हम for a guidance of life, रब ने हमें prescribed way दिया हुआ है. So the doctor prescribes medicine, or doctor writes a what? Khadija.
Writes a prescription.
Very good. So verb क्या है यहाँ पे?
Prescription.
The verb is to prescribe, and the noun is prescription. Okay, so very good. Let's move on next. 2. मुजम्मल, हमने आपको स्किप तो नहीं किया क्या? आपने पढ़ा ना?
Yes, sir. पढ़ा है, शाजिब पढ़ा.
Okay, good. So next, let's go to Waqas.
That is, there was no means of their being freed from this state of unbelief except that a clear evidence of the truth should come and make them understand the falsity of every form of kufr and its being untrue, and should present the right way before them in a clear and rational way. This does not mean that after the coming of the clear evidence they would give up kufr, but that in the absence of the clear evidence, it was not at all possible that they would be delivered from that state. However, if even after its coming, some of them still persisted in their kufr, then they themselves would be responsible for it. They could not complain that Allah had made no arrangement for their guidance. This same thing has been expressed in the Quran at different places in different ways. For example, in Surah An-Nahl, Ayat 9, it said, Allah has taken upon Himself to show the right way. In Surah Al-Lail, Ayat 12, it is said, it is for us to show the way. In Surah An-Nisa, Ayat 163 to 165, O Prophet, we have sent revelation to you just as we had sent it to Noah and other prophets after him, peace be upon them all. All these messengers were sent as bearers of good news and warners so that after their coming the how people should have no excuse left to plead before Allah. And in Surah Al-Ma'idah ayat 19, O people of the book, this messenger of ours has come to you and is making clear to you the teachings of the right way after a long interval, during which there had come no messengers, lest you should say, no bearer of good news nor warner came to us. Lo, now the bearer of good news and warner has come.
Very good. Very good. So, Vikas, I wanted to make sure you read a longer passage because you missed your turn once or twice. Okay. So you confused a few things in the absence. Okay. So that was a squiggly line. And in terms of the words, there was present. You read, I think, present. Okay. Then there is revelation. And then there's a name of a prophet here. Anybody want to? So the name of the prophet in Urdu or in Arabic, I think, is Hazrat Nuh. What do we say in English, Shazia?
Noah.
Noah. Very good. What's the next word, Shazia? Why don't you read this word?
Plead.
Plead. Okay. What does it mean?
I don't know, sir.
Okay. You have your dictionary?
Yes, sir. I have my dictionary.
Okay. So when you led the practice session, what did you do?
Sir, I searched it, but I forgot.
Okay, that's fine. Khadija, what does this word mean?
Sir, it means to beg, iltija karna.
इल्तिजा करना. आप usually इल्तिजा कहाँ पे करते हैं?
When someone is in authority, then we
Very
will
good.
plead.
Yeah, we plead in front of and we plead in front of an authority. For example, a lawyer will plead a case in front of a judge. Okay. Similarly, when we have a relationship between humanity and divinity, Who who is the authority in this relationship? Khadija.
Sir, divinity is in authority in
Mhm.
this case, and
Okay.
humanity
So the
is at the lower case.
so who will plead the case to who?
Humanity will plead to divinity.
Yep, very good. Okay. So relationship, with a lot of times um, in Quran we have these injunctions about relationship between humanity and divinity. Okay, those were all the words. Next, Munazza.
Yes, sir. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rasulun min Allahi yatlu suhufan mutahhara. A messenger from Allah reciting from purified scholars.
One second, one second. Try this word again.
Scholars.
Hold on.
Scrolls. Sorry, sir.
Okay, very good. So just pay attention. You perfect. So I don't even need to underline this. Go ahead.
Here the Prophet, peace be upon him, has been called the clear evidence for his life before and after prophethood. His presenting a book like the Quran, in spite of being unlettered, he is bringing about an ex- extra- extraordinary
One second. One
revelation.
second. One second. One second. It's two words. Read it again.
Extraordinary.
Mhm. Okay. Continue.
Extraordinary
We'll come back. Continue.
revelation in the lives of the converts to
Mm.
Islam through education and training. He is educating the people in rational beliefs, clean and pure forms of worship, excellent morals, and the best principles and injunction of for human life. Perfect harmony and agreement between his word and deed, and his constancy of purpose in respect of his message in spite of every kind of resistance and opposition. All these were clear signs that truth that he was Allah's messenger.
Last messenger. Okay.
Allah's messenger.
Very good. So a few words. Shazia, you there?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Let's start with the first word here.
Uh, ex- sir, extraordinary.
Okay. Extraordinary. Okay. What's the next one?
Revolution.
Okay. I'm going to put another word here. What is this word?
Revelation.
Revelation. What do the two words mean?
Nazil hona. Revelation mean nazul.
Azul or Vahi, right?
Yes.
Revolution का मतलब क्या होता है?
Nazil.
No, Nazil is revelation. अब दूसरा लफ्ज है revolution. Khadija, tell us.
Sir, revolution means inqilab, to renew something.
Yeah. अपनी जिंदगियों में इनकलाब लाना. Okay, very good. Okay. The next one. What is the next one here? Shazia.
True. True.
True. उसके बाद लफ्ज होता है. What is this word?
Do.
What is this word?
Thorough.
Thoro. Spelling भूल गया मुझे. Thorough.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Oh. UGS.
Okay. And then one more word here for you, Shazia.
Thought.
Very good. Okay. What's the next word?
Uh, Rational.
Rational. Okay. People in rational beliefs. What does rational mean in Urdu? Khadija.
सर अकली बुनियादों पर दी जाने वाली दलील.
Okay. And what's the opposite of rational?
Hmm. Uh, Opposite of rational can be argument without thinking.
Mm-hmm. So the word opposite word is easy. Is very easy. It's irrational.
Irrational.
Okay. And then there was one word where Munazab skipped the S. What's that? What's the next word here, Shazia?
Injunctions.
Yep. Injunctions. Very good. Okay. So, Shazia has corrected all the words and she's done a very good job, right? So, for example, अगर Jessica busy है, मैं busy हूँ, तो आप class खुद कर सकते हैं. Let's read the next paragraph. Let's see here. Who hasn't had the time? Is Imran around or no?
No, sir. I think he left the class.
Okay. How about Umar? Is he around or no?
So I think वो नमाज पढ़ने गए हैं.
No, tell me in English.
Okay. So I think they went for offer. They went to offer namaz.
Okay. They went to offer the prayer. Which prayer is it?
This is an Isha prayer.
This is the Isha prayer. Okay.
Okay, this is
So
the
let's stay with you, Sania. What's the next one?
yes, sir. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Lexically, suhuf means written pages, but in the Quran, this word has been used as a term for the books revealed to the prophets of Allah, peace be upon them, and by the scriptures are meant the scriptures which are free from every mixture of falsehood, every kind of error, and moral filth. The full import of these words becomes evident when one studies the Bible and the books of other religions as well, vice vis the
Hmm?
Quran, and finds written in them, along with sound teachings, such things are not only opposed to truth and reason but are also morally contemptible. After reading them, when one turns to the Quran, one realizes how pure and hallowed this book is.
Okay. Very good. No change. No, vis a vis. एक लफ्ज आपने थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूज किया है. That is vis a vis. Okay. ये कई हम कहते हैं versus. अगर matches हो रहे हैं, for example, Pakistan versus Australia. Okay. Next,
Yes, sir.
we're gonna read two quick verses. Munazza.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Fiha kutubun kajima. In writing wherein are scriptures absolutely true and unerring.
One second. One second. Read the translation again.
In writings
Mm-hmm. Continue.
so next I'd say या फिर इसको
ये इसी की आप ये पूरा दोबारा से पढ़ें. मैंने ध्यान से सुना नहीं था.
okay sir. In writings wherein are scriptures absolutely true and unerring.
Okay, the last word. Let's.
Unerring. Unerring. Sorry sir. Unerring.
So hold on one second. Read it again.
unerring,
Unerring. Okay. Okay. So
unerring.
next one.
وما تفرق الذين أوتوا الكتاب إلا من بعد ما جاءتهم البينة. Nor did those whom the book had been given split up until after the proof of the right way had come to them.
Very good. Okay. अब आप लोगों ने देखा कि मुनज़्ज़ह की प्रोनाउंसिएशन कुरान की जो है वो सुथरी है. बाय डिफॉल्ट उसकी इंग्लिश की भी प्रोनाउंसिएशन मोस्टली सुथरी है. जो गलती हो जाती है वो तो आहिस्ता आहिस्ता बंदा सही करता है. सो ओके. सो लफ्ज़ यहाँ पे क्या है? शाजिया, व्हाट्स द मिस्टेक हियर?
Unerring.
Unerring. ओके. तो यहाँ पे वर्ब क्या है? To err. ओके. To make a mistake. हम कई दफा कहते हैं यार ये तो ना गलती हो गई है या मुझसे एरर हो गया है. ओके. अनअरिंग जिससे गलती नहीं होती है. Okay, moving on to the next one. Let's see here. We have, let's give Imran a chance.
Thank you, sir. That is the reason why the people of the book before the were divided into countless sects because of different kind of errors.
Slow down.
Okay, sir. Errors and deviations was not that Allah had failed to send a clear evidence from Himself for their guidance, but the fact that they adopted the wrong way after guidance had come from Allah. Therefore, they themselves were responsible for their deviations, for Allah had fulfilled His obligation towards them. Likewise, since their scriptures are no longer poor and their books no longer consist of original and correct teachings, Allah, by sending a messenger of His as a clear evidence with the hallowed book, containing sound and pure teachings, has again fulfilled his obligation towards them, so that even if after that they remained divided, they themselves should be responsible for it and should have no excuse left to placed before Allah. This has been stated at many places in the Quran.
Okay. Let's stop here. Khadija, help us correct some of these. Let's start with the squiggly line. I think he just got confused.
Before this were divided.
Very good. Okay. So you are doing the same job as Jessica. Okay.
Yes.
इसका मकसद ये है कि यार ये काम आप लोग भी कर सकते हैं. आप एक दूसरे को पढ़ा सकते हैं. Okay. So next, what's the next word here?
Deviation.
Okay. Deviation. Okay. Verb क्या है यहाँ पे?
To deviate.
To deviate. Okay. घबराने की जरूरत नहीं है. थोड़ी बहुत प्रोनाउंसिएशन मुख्तलिफ है. That's fine. आहिस्ता आहिस्ता सही हो जाएगी. 1 second.
सर इसका मतलब है किसी रवाज से हट के काम करना, किसी प्रिंसिपल को फॉलो ना करना,
सीधे रास्ते से हट जाना. Okay. Okay. What's the next word?
Failed to send.
Failed. Okay. And the next one?
To send.
To send. Very good. The next one?
guidance
Very good. Next one.
towards
Towards. Very good. Next one.
pure
Very good. Next one.
hallowed.
Hallowed. Okay. इसका मतलब क्या होगा?
हेलो मीन तस्वुर में कोई चीज बना लेना, कोई बुक या कोई तस्वीर.
Hallowed book. Okay. Hallowed means respected, I think.
Yes, sir. मुकद्दस, पाक.
Muqaddas. Yeah. Muqaddas. So there are, आप दूसरा सोच रही हैं. Muqaddas with the hallowed book. Okay. So what's the next word, Khadija?
Remained.
Remained. Next one.
Next one is plead.
Plead. Very good. Shazia, help us reread this passage.
Okay, sir. That is the reason why the people of the book before this were divided into countless sects because of different kinds of errors and deviation. Was not Allah had failed to send a clear evidence from Himself for their guidance, but the fact that they adopted the wrong way after guidance had come from Allah. Therefore, they themselves were responsible for their deviation, for Allah had fulfilled His obligation towards them. Likewise, since their scriptures are no longer pure and their books no longer consist of original and correct teachings, Allah, by sending a messenger of His as a clear evidence with a hallowed book containing sound and pure teachings, has again fulfilled His obligation towards them, so that even if after that they remain divided, they themselves should be responsible for it and should have no excuse left to plead before Allah. This has been stated at many places in the Quran. For example, see along with the corresponding notes for full understanding.
Okay. Very good. One
Sir, I
second.
cannot see you.
Sorry, what?
Sir, आपकी वीडियो ऑफ हो गई थी.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. Next. I'm going to have Munazza read this again.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. وما أمروا إلا ليعبدوا الله مخلصين له الدين حنفاء ويقيموا الصلاة ويؤتوا الزكاة وذلك دين القيمة.
Okay.
Yet all that they had been yet all that they have been commanded was that they serve Allah with utter sincerity, devoting themselves exclusively to Him, and that they establish prayer and pay zakah, that is the right faith.
Okay.
That is
Continue.
that is the message of the same religion which now the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is preaching, had been given to the people of the book by the prophets who came to them and by the books which were sent among them. They had not been enjoined any of the false belief and wicked deeds which they adopt afterwards and created different sects.
Okay. Munazza, I underlined one word. Can you reread that?
Adopt,
Try again.
adopted.
Okay. ध्यान में किसी मसला है आपका? So that is correct. Munazza, what's the zakah payment? Here we have an injunction to pay zakah. How much is zakah usually?
से रमज़ान में हम ज़कात देते हैं.
You can pay zakah. That's not how much is the zakah usually. Anybody else? What's the formula for zakah? Khadija.
सर जिसके पास 7.5 तोले सोना. सर उर्दू में बता दूं?
Try in English. Go ahead. Tell us this in Urdu. That's fine. We will gradually build our confidence. Vanessa, go ahead. Just tell us in Urdu.
सर जिसके पास 7.5 तोले सोना या 52 तोले चांदी की मिकदार में पैसा हो या इतने मतलब वो हो तो उस पर ज़कात वाजिब होती है.
Okay. कितनी ज़कात होती है?
इसके बारे में नहीं पता मुझे.
Okay. Khadija, tell us.
Sir, the rate of zakat? The rate of zakat is 2.5.
2.5 what?
2.5 of your yearly income or the savings.
Okay. So is it 2.5 what? Bukas. Wakas what?
2.5 रेशो होती है सर.
Wakas.
सर हमने इकट्ठे जो है
Imran. Wakas, I cannot hear you.
सर मेरे ख्याल से जो गंदम या जौ का रेट होता है ना 2.5 kg का.
No, hold on. It's a rate. So it's 2.5%. Okay. Okay.
So 2.5 gold and silver?
2.5% of wealth. Okay. So that's the rate of zakah. Okay. Anyways, let's not get sidetracked, which I can easily do. Let's continue reading from here. Imran, go ahead.
सर कहाँ से पढ़े?
जहाँ पे arrow लगा हुआ है.
Right and correct religion has always been the same, that Allah alone should be served and worshipped exclusively, none else be joined with him in worship. Man should become worshippers of one Allah alone and obedient to his command. Only should establish the salt and pay the zakat. For
Okay.
further,
No, let's stay here. Okay. What are the words here? Shazia, help us.
Answer: obedient.
Very good. And the
Salat.
next one? Salat, not salt. Okay, salt is namak, salat is prayer. Okay, the next one we got. Okay, I'm gonna have Munazza to just read the Arabic and read the translation. Munazza, go ahead.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Innal ladhina kafaru min ahlil kitabi wal mushrikina fi nari jahannama khalidina fiha. Ulaika hum sharrul barisha. So English में पढ़िए.
Yeah.
Those who believed, be they from those who disbelieved, be they from among the people of the book or among those who associated other with Allah in his divinity, shall be in the fire and will abide in it. They are the worst of creatures.
1 second. Shazia, what's this word here?
Creatures.
Creatures. Okay, and what's the verb here?
To create.
To create. Okay. Okay, so make sure you practice this with Munaza next time. Okay, we are short on time. Munaza, read the next one too.
So next,
Yeah. Next ayah and the translation.
جزاؤهم عند ربهم
No, the
جنات.
one above it, number 7.
So it says, إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات أولئك هم خير البرية. But those that believe and work righteous deeds, they are the best of creatures.
Perfect. Okay. Very good. And then the last one.
جزاؤهم عند ربهم جنات عدن تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها أبدا رضي الله عنهم ورضوا عنه ذلك لمن خشي ربه.
Okay. Continue reading the translation.
And their recompense lies with their Lord. Garden of eternity beneath which river flow.
Okay. Continue.
Therein they shall dwell forever and ever. Allah is well pleased with them, and they are well pleased with Him. All this is for him who fears his Lord.
Okay. Continue reading. Let's finish it.
In other words, the person who did not live in the world fearlessly and independent of God, but feared him at every step lest he should do something which might entail his wrath and punishment, will have this reward reserved for him with Allah.
Very good. Okay. So just a few words. Recompense. Okay. You can say reward. Okay, and then you missed a few S's. Gardens, eternity, beneath, rivers. The last word here was rat. I'll read this quickly. Their recompense lies with their Lord. Gardens of eternity beneath which rivers flow. Therein they shall dwell forever and ever. Allah is well pleased with them, and they are well pleased with Him. All this is for him who fears his Lord. In other words, the person who did not live in the world fearlessly and independent of God, but feared him at every step, lest he should do something which might entail his wrath and punishment, will have his reward reserved for him with Allah. Okay, that was our Surah Al-Bayyinah, number 98, ayah 1 through 8. I suggest that you guys reread it and reread the Arabic. If you have questions about Arabic, ask Munazza. You reread the translation. If you're struggling with the words, discuss it amongst yourself.